Welcome back. This is Sports Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. We're taking a look at that list released by Super Eagles technical advisor Ganotro for the Super Eagles game against South Africa. Match will be played at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State on June the 10th. Let's talk about the guys. Notable absentees from that list. That one also got social media talking. The captain of the team, Mikel Obi, is not in that team. Brown is there, calling the Chinese squad. Yeah. They are not in that list. Or Johnny Gallo missing also. Victor Moses, you said we've seen enough about Victor Moses. Leon Balogun and then Kali Keme. Mikel is
injured. He's
recuperating, getting better. Yeah. What's the story of Brownie there and Johnny Gallo?
Well, Austin, I mean, they went to China, you are aware of that. And,
it's not competitive enough.
For me...
the last time you, was throwing, I said, it's too far.
I also read comments that they're credited to throwing that is far off. But I think, let's call it spade a spade. It's not competitive. Yeah. And in reality, those who play in China are in the twilight of their career. And I think Ganotro as an European,
knows the difference.
Knows the difference. So I mean, we want to play at the Nations Cup. It's going to, get players who are playing competitive football. And China, they don't play competitive football. That's the truth. So I think it's in order. Kali Keme is injured. Austin, Victor Moses. We just read today that he's due for toe operation, got a toe injury, but so many questions.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea has not said anything officially about it. If he was truly injured, he almost played 90 minutes before he got a red card against Arsenal in the FA Cup final. So, we keep on hearing these
funny tales.
Funny issues about Victor Moses. But,
Isaac Success.
Yeah, Isaac Success, a lot of stories. Said he couldn't get to France because of visa. Another version said he was injured. But I think Isaac's Success has not played, himself into the team.
Yeah.
He didn't do so well with Watford this season. A lot of websites, tabloids, have labeled him a flop. That is relative.
One of the top 10.
That is relative. But he has not done so well for Watford this season. So for me, his exclusion is understandable.
So that's it. Notable absentees from the list released by Ganotro. We've shown you the list of players right there. Let's get on with the show now. Joseph, same feat, says Togo is a good test for the Super Eagles, talking about a friendly game. Do you agree?
It is. Our West African neighbors, they've always been very, very tough. They have Emmanuel Adebayo. And I do believe that if you are playing, South Africa, you need a very physical side like Togo. It will really test your strength. It's not like what we have with Corsica, where you had a team that is not even reckoned by FIFA. They are in FIFA calendar. This particular game is registered and in FIFA calendar. I do believe it's a good test. Quite frankly, it's a good test. We should be looking forward to it. Our boys know that they are up against a team that is strong physically and tactically. I do believe that, with this kind of game, it will help them to measure their strength.
But because Nigerian football has gotten into that state of emergency. Now me on social media, some people are saying maybe a better, more competitive team would have been better for the Super Eagles and not Togo.
Which country is more competitive? Togo is an African team, and we're going to play
an African team.
Played at the last AFCON.
Yeah, they played at the last AFCON. And
have a good coach.
Have a good coach in Claude Leroy. Old fox. He knows Africa in and out. So, it's a very good test, whatever they are saying. And you remember that this window is not FIFA-free window. So most countries are not going to be available. When the desirable is not available, the available becomes desirable.
That's right.
So Togo is good. Play the friendly. Ganotro has already named this list, but this is an opportunity to see some other players that were not invited. They're not a good player against the Bafana of South Africa. So for me, we shouldn't criticize the choice of Togo. Togo is a formidable squad. I don't think anything. Emmanuel Adebayo is the captain, though he will not be available because the Turkish league is still on. And the other lights are very, very good tests for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Actually tipped them as underdogs at the last AFCON, but for the tight group where they found themselves. And Onye just mentioned that another opportunity for us to take a look at new players. Henry Oyekuru, one of the players Nigerians would love
exactly. A lot has been said about that young man. I was asking Onye while we were, checking online. I said, have you seen this guy play? Quite frankly, we've not seen much of his clip. We've heard a lot. Almost all the clubs have been rumored to be interested. We read online this evening that Arsenal's agreed terms, to sign him. I really don't think that's so much of a good idea, But we just can't wait to see that young man play. And I just hope these games will be televised so that we can really assess him. I know it is the exclusive preserve of the coaches to really determine, because they will see him live. I'm sure they must have been seeing him in training. But as a Nigerian, I would so much love to see him, to see what the hula baloo is about, quite so to speak. But I just can't wait to see him play. I'm playing against Togo would provide that opportunity.
That's right. A lot of people have said so much about Henry Oyekuru, and as he mentioned, they would like to see him play. For me, I think another opportunity for Olarewaju Kayode, if he's given a chance to impress. And there's one certain Alassane Ibrahim from in that team also.
Aqua United.
Yeah, I mean, Alassane Ibrahim, from what I gathered in camp, has been quite impressive. And he didn't come to me as a surprise, because I've known this guy, quite talented, very unfortunate with injuries. He played in the under-17 with Kelechi Iheanacho, but he was slowed down. He didn't almost play football for 1 year, but he's a great footballer. So it didn't come to me as a surprise. His touches are, exquisite. Great footballer. For Onyekuru, I mean, Austin, we have to give this guy credit. 22 goals in his debut season in Belgium. Not very few players achieved that, and I think all the plaudits, all the commendation he has been getting are quite justified, because from what I gathered in camp, he's very fast.
That's right.
Very fast on the ball, and it's a player. These are some of the players that we should be building the team around. Young players, who are really young. He left the Aspire Academy and went, to Europe. And, he didn't even waste time before justifying every, investment on him. So I think he's a player for the future.
Yeah.
All these players, we want to see them, like Joseph said, we want to see what they can do.
And I just hope he's able to go to a club, because he's a young player. He needs games. And if he moves to Arsenal, I don't know if he's going to get games. I really.
The good thing is he's staying focused. It doesn't look like he's under any form of pressure. When you're winning and doing well, you have a lot of friends, a lot of talking points. So he's staying focused. But only Joseph, when you look at it, things are looking good for the Super Eagles. We have an FA Cup winner in that team, a Premier League winner in that team. Ogu won the league with his club also. So if you put it in the mix of young player at Leicester City, Wilfred Ndidi, there's no better time for us to look forward to a better Super Eagles.
Taribo West said something earlier. I said we have better players than the South Africans. When you really want to look at individually and even collectively, you realize that we have players who are doing things that are visible out there in football, players that can be traced, players that can be tracked, players that are, you see them moving week in, week out. They are very, very active and they are talented. And I do believe that this team that we have, this crop of players that we have, especially the zeal they have to play for the Super Eagles, if they use that against South Africa, they really have very difficult.
We have great options too. I also learned that Mikel Ago, very solid in the midfield. Chidozie Awaziam, that's why Raw did not bat an eyelid, in naming this squad. Leon Balogun, who got injured, he didn't have problems because Awaziam and the other players that invited, for Corsica and Togo have been proving themselves in camp. So you have options. Mero is there to add his experience. And, what they need is just that confidence to play as a team. And if they do that, I don't really see South Africa stopping the Super Eagles.
And if you look at the way Gra is going about it, it's almost as if he's baking the team. He's putting everything together. Everything seems to be synchronized.
But that's what Nigerians don't want. They don't want you to experiment now. They want whenever the Super Eagles are filing out, they're filing out for victory. And that's it right now. That's why I use the word, it's in a state of emergency. So let's see what they do against South Africa, because it's another test for us to see how we're going to approach Cameroon.
Exactly.
Which is very, very important. important. So that's it. We're talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they get ready for first things first tomorrow, that friendly game against Togo, and then the big one on the 10th of June against the Bafana of South Africa. Let's give this one some talking points. The president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, has praised the Senate for the much awaited, we've been waiting for this hearing, and it has been passed, the much awaited NFF bill following a third reading yesterday. This NFF bill, some people don't even understand it, but for the NFF, for the NFF, first let's begin with, just give us a background about this NFF bill.
Yeah, before now, Austin, when you look at it legally, the NFF, had no, it was a legless body, had no legal backing, because I'm also aware, and you are aware, that all their correspondence to the ministry before now was under the name of the Nigerian Football Association. So there were some issues. So why do you be at the NFF? And when you are writing official memos, you are using NFA. So it means that even the country does not recognize the Nigerian Football Federation. There was need for them to go back to the body saddled with the responsibility of making laws, and which is Senate. And that bill has been there for a long time. And unfortunately for them, Senator Obinogba, who used to be in the Federation, facilitated that bill, and it has been passed. So what it means is now is that they can confidently use the name NFF. And a lot of, I read a lot of attributes, advantages that will be accruable from that. Now they can domesticate their statutes. They can easily go to any, corporate body.
That's right.
And when they verify, because these bodies will also verify certain things.
Everybody knows it with one name.
One name. So it all go well for smooth administration.
That's right.
I'm happy that this issue has been laid to rest. So they don't really have any excuse now.
Yes.
You must move football administration forward.
But they've been getting sponsors irrespective of this.
Because it's
never
football. Because it's football, but things have to be done the right way.
Yeah, it has to be done.
And then Joseph, it helps for all of this little crisis here and there. So they don't even their name is not even.
Yeah.
You cited it at some point.
Some people can exploit that loophole to go to court and say they can even accuse you of
an illegal body and all those things.
And so that's it. That bill has passed the third reading, so we're going to continue to monitor it. As Onye said, it has been facilitated by Obina Ogba, who is also the chairman of the House Committee on Sports at the Senate.